So some of the content creators were actually able to play Jaren Ward ahead of time. I wasn't one of them, but our good friend, the unknown, or that unknown, was one of them. So he was so gracious to allow us to react to his video footage. I will put a link to his YouTube channel in the description. But again, he does do a great job of going over all the details. I would tell you guys up front here, Jaren Ward looks absolutely disgusting in all the best ways possible. I think he's going to be quite literally the most meta or most efficient thing available. If you guys don't know what meta means, the most efficient thing available in Destiny Rising for a long time. I think that his power, both from a gunplay standpoint, from his relics, from his abilities, like from everything you're about to see, it's unparalleled to anything that we've seen in Destiny Rising, at least so far. And that to me is actually very, very exciting because I like Hellhast. She's fantastic, but Jaren Ward's just like a whole nother level. So let's go ahead and get straight to it. Boop. Put myself over here. So first things first is his passive, which is Stag Protection. So dealing precision damage with weapons grants 1 stack of Stag Protection, a Stag Totem. Up to 1 stack can be gained every 0.2 seconds via this method. All right. And then defeating combatants or dealing damage with Blazing Shot or High Noon Duel also grants 1 stack totem. Stacking, defeating elites or stronger combatants or hitting the same target at least 50% of the pallets in a single shotgun trigger will also do 1 stack. What up? Goat Anderson. What up? What up? And then we got up to 48 stack totems can be held at a time, and Jaren starts combat with 48 stacks. 1 stack totem reaches 48 stacks, it will restore 1 charge of emergency evasion, which is, of course, something we're about to get into. If Jaren casts either of his signature abilities at this time, he will consume all stag totems stacked to enter the stag protection state. Okay, so whoopsie. So pretty cool there. Let's go ahead and go into the next one, which is stag protection, which is this is just like it's calling out what stag protection is. So grants Jaren control immunity for 6 seconds and enhances signature abilities. The light infused rounds of Blazing Shot deal plus 30% damage, and their damage will no longer decrease if they consecutively hit the same combatant. Emergency evasions, shot grenades deal plus 30% damage, and its damage resistance effect is increased by 20%. So a lot of words, but essentially you're just going to be doing more damage and you're going to be taking less damage. It's pretty beastly. All right, so if we move on to Blazing Shot. So this is his first signature ability. Jaren draws vows and marks the weakest spots of up to 6 combatants within the reticle. Releasing the ability button fires 6 light-infused bullets at the marked combatants. So this is his AoE using his pistol. We saw that a little bit the other day when we were looking at some of the gameplay that they provided to us. So again, 6 shots, focusing on weak points, signature 1. Dealing 1,608 solar damage per shot. If light-infused bullets hit the same target consecutively, the damage dealt will gradually decrease to a minimum of 50%, which is very normal for these types of damage abilities because you're just going to have that damage fall off if you're hitting the same ability with an AoE attack. And then the number of marks and the order combatants were marked is determined by the number of light-infused bullets each combatant will be hit with upon firing. If a round cannot deal damage, it will refund 16% of the energy. Only combatants within a 30 mile radius, guys, 30 meter radius can be marked. And once they are more than 30 meters away or leave the screen's range, they will lose their mark. Light-infused bullets have a max of something. Let's go to the something.
If you're shooting all your shots.
Let's see. All right, only combatants with 30. Okay, max of range of 30. If no combatant could be marked, by the time Jaren stops aiming, the ability energy consumed will be refunded, which is pretty sick. I like that a lot. All right, so this is what that looks like in game. I think.
Don't actually shoot anybody with the ability.
Pause for effect.
Then the energy will be refunded. So you immediately.
Yo, it's Touch Me. What's good, Colossus? How you doing, bud? Or Touch. Touch me, baby.
Pull out our hand cannon and just look around.
All right, so you pop it.
You can see that
he didn't have any abilities, and then you can see those are the marks. So again, you get the general idea there with it. Yeah, Touch. Are you still playing Destiny Diablo Immortal, by the way? This is D-Rising, in case you're curious. All right, so we talked about the passive again. Emergency evasion. This one's actually kind of cool. So give up on. Yeah, I just asked you the same thing. I didn't give up on it. Just kind of taking a little bit of a break from Diablo Immortal. No, you're not playing it? No, that's crazy. No, didn't give up. Just taking a little bit of a break. I fell in love with Destiny Rising, which is just the grind is a lot less painful. So I'm more or less just taking a hiatus from Diablo Immortal. I've played for 5 years. I can't just up and quit it, but yeah, definitely taking a bit of a hiatus. All right, so signature number 2 for Jaren Ward. Again, Jaren Ward comes out on Friday, Thursday. So emergency evasion, which is Jaren jumps up to 12 meters in the direction he's moving in and gains invisibility. What up, Ellie? 5K in and walked away. Damn. Sorry to hear that, Colossus, or touch me. That's actually wild. Are you playing anything else instead, or did you just walk away from mobile games altogether? All right, so he jumps forward. Jumping reloads both weapons with 100% of their magazine capacity while also granting Jaren 40% acceleration and 20% damage resistance. So this is everything that we wanted Jaren to have, was the ability of having movement speed. But not only does he have movement speed, he also reloads both weapons. So you can quite literally unload your load, pause, but really unload your load, and then use one of your emergency evasion signature abilities and to get a full reload instantly. But then also Night Rain? I haven't heard of that one. What's that one like? What kind of game is that? What'd you know about Willis? But he's also getting a movement speed ability, which is awesome. And then he also throws a shock grenade, which will be thrown up to 60 meters away in the reticle's direction, dealing 1,100 solar damage to combatants within a 8-meter radius and inflicting them with a blind. So this is good. This is good. So basically, you're getting a movement speed buff, you're getting a damage increase, 20% damage resist, 40% acceleration, and then 100% of your magazine reloaded. And you do get 2 charges. This ability starts with 2 charges, which is really, really, really good because you can basically boom, 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 switch gun, shotgun, da 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 da, and then use this, and then you fully reload everything without actually reloading anything, and then do it all over again to do it again. Because you have 2 of these. What's poppin'? What's up so serious? Why so serious? First time chatter? No. I feel like I've seen you in my chat before. But what's good? We're just going over all of the good abilities for Jaren, man. Jaren Ward coming out in 2 days. We'll just cover signature ability number 2. All right, what else we got? Let's look at the... And once again, for those of you just joining, I was given permission by that unknown, another friendly content creator that covers Destiny Rising, because he did get the ability of playing Jaren Ward early. So he allowed me to react to his content, or well, at least the video footage, so that I could cover for you guys, and then ideally share you guys with him. Pause. All right, so that's the passive again. All right, so High Noon Duel. Hype, dude. Love his kit. Dude, his kit is disgustingly good. Like, he's good. I was just talking about this a second ago. He's basically, even without playing him, he's going to be the most busted character in the game. I think he's the first absolutely must-pull hero that we have. My Cowboys come in. I know, dude. He's quite literally going to be the GOAT. But I truly think, like, no matter what type of player you are in the game, you're going to absolutely need him, period. And the fact that he also has precision and impact is going to be absolutely bonkers. All right, so this is his super. So basically, Jaren draws both his equipped hand cannons and vows, infusing them with the light and entering his super state. While his super is active, each attack will alternate between firing his equipped hand cannon and vows. While firing, Jaren will automatically lock onto the weak spots of the target within the reticle of 30 meters, deals 2,700 solar damage, and inflicting knockout. Super empowered shots deal full damage to target within a 30-meter radius. Exceeding this range will cause the damage to gradually fall off until it reaches the minimum of 50% damage. Each round of shooting consumes consumes a varying number of rounds, with a total of 18 rounds per super cast. If all rounds are used up, Jaren will exit his super state early. Fully awesome. All right, so then we got more though. So super empowered shot. All right, so we read that. All right, so entering the super state fully restores emergency evasion charges, which is going to be the one that we just talked about. That basically gives you the. Where you at, bro? I'm here. Not again, man. I'm here. He'll be max Thursday. Hell yeah, Ellie. Okay, backed, but yeah, back. Yeah, Night Rain and Idle Tower game. Hell yeah. What is Night Rain about? I haven't heard of that one. All right, so entering the super state fully restores your emergency evasion. So basically, you can pop your ultimate, do all your pistols galore, and then you will fully reload your weapons as well, which is so sick. And then you also gains high damage resistance and increased movement speed. Again, more movement speed. We love the movement speed. All right, moving on to his weapon mastery. So while stag protection is active, which is his passive, which we already talked about, overflowing light enhances weapons, granting Jaren's hand cannon and shotgun 4 stacks of welling light. Welling light is firing weapons deals an additional instance of solar damage equal to 40% of the weapon damage. Welling light stacks 8 times, and each shot fired consumes 1 stack. Additionally, weapons gain the ability to lock onto combatants' weak spots. Oh, this guy is just so gross. Like, there's no way someone's like made him and was like, yeah, he's balanced. Like, what? How is this a thing? Okay. Okay, so he locks on with a weapon mastery within a small range while welling light is active. The lock on is ineffective against other light bearers. Oh, okay. That's where we draw the line. This is where we draw the line. If it locks on to a light bearer. Oh my god. So sick. All right. You can see the different levels. Again, additional damage ratio. It's going up. When Jaren, and then at level 4, when Jaren has welling light and consecutively hits the same target, he deals an additional 10% damage, increasing up to 30%. Why not? There's more damage. And it's all multiplicative. That's the crazy part. Everything is times X amount of stacks. And like you can just get all his stacks up so quickly. Welling light's additional damage ratio is increased by 120% at number 5. Damn. That's actually kind of wild. All right, so we're not going to go into the gameplay. I'm gonna leave that for him. He of course shared that with us as well, but I don't want to cover that. I want to leave that for his video. So we're adding a little bit of difference to his video compared to ours. Like you said, he's definitely going to be so needed. Oh yeah, he's literally going to be the most needed, most OP character that we've had in the game to date. And I absolutely love. What up, Guy on Toilet? Dude, 3 days in a row. Guy on Toilet is an absolute goat, man. I got this guy hammered with me on the first stream he joined, and now he's like, I gotta go. I gotta be with this man. But I love you for that. Thank you for showing back up, man. Feels good to have you here. We're going over all of Jaren Ward's detailed abilities and his toolkits and his brokenness, and I cannot wait. 2 days. 2 days. Much love to you too, man. Dude, and in that same live stream, I poured my heart out. Like, you got to see all different aspects of misery. Both my name and quite literally misery. But anyway, all right, so that's his weapon mastery. Let's go on to the relic traits. All right, so the first one is skill reward. Dealing precision damage with weapons grants 1 stack of skill rewarded. Up to 1 stack can be accumulated every 0.2 seconds. These 0.2 seconds is actually kind of crazy because I feel like everything is 0.2 seconds, which I understand needs to have like a max of some kind. But like also, it's not a long time. All right, whenever skill rewarded reaches 3 stacks, it will be converted into 2 stacks of stag totem. Okay, so that's another way of getting more stag totem really quickly. Huh. Interesting. All right, moving on to relic trait number 2. So dealing damage with Jaren's abilities or welling light restores his total health. Dude, and he has a heal? What the fuck? Okay, sure. All right, whatever. His total health equal to 60% of his base damage dealt. Overflow healing will not occur once Jaren's total health reaches 100%. Oh, okay, that's where we draw the line. Free heals. Yes, free heals. So auto lock on precision. He does impact and precision. His more or less can like almost rapid fire with some of his abilities. He has invisibility, a speed boost. What else? And healing. I forgot the healing. Jesus. Oh, yeah, that's right. And damage resist. Fuck. I forgot the damage resist. Oh my god. But we draw the line at no overflow healing turning into shields. Thank God. It would be too broken. Oh, I feel like this is a tank speedster. Literally. I feel like this is a hero that you release when your game has been out for like a year and you're like, you know what? F it. Give him this guy. The fact we're getting this like 3 months in, anyone who starts after Jaren Ward is just going to be at such a massive disadvantage. Like, this has to be why you would want to play the game. Even if you don't even know what Destiny Rising is, even if you're like me and have never played much of another Destiny game, like, you should download Destiny Rising, at least pull for Jaren Ward, and then you don't have to play the game. But if you ever decide to play the game, you're going to want Jaren Ward. Like, that's how good he's going to be. All right, so that's relic trait number 2. Relic trait number 3, Clash of Fates. If High Noon Duel deals damage to the same target consecutively. Okay, so i.e. on a boss or on, well, I guess any unit that has a lot of health. Within 5 seconds, damage dealt will increase. Each consecutive hit increases damage by 10% up to a maximum of 50%. Jesus Christ. So basically, in case you thought you were going to have too low a damage with your ultimate or your super against a boss or a large enemy target, don't worry, because the damage will increase up to 50%. Brother, that's wild. All right, so now let's talk about that. Those are all his traits or whatnot. Now let's talk about his linked companion, his light linked companions. So his is every 3 consecutive precision hits trigger precision hunt, increasing the damage of the ability and weapon precision hit by up to 11%. Brother, that's crazy. Every 3 consecutive precision hits triggers precision hunt, allowing you to basically do more damage. Now, obviously in this video, they're showing us recommended is going to be Wolf, which I don't necessarily disagree with. Just a flat 5% increase of solar damage feels pretty good. We'll flip back to the game here in a little bit and see who else might make sense. But I mean, I don't have a Stella, so I can't see that. But yeah, dang, that's actually kind of crazy. Actually, I think I have the game up. I do have the game up. It's sort of windowed, so don't judge me too hard. Who else would make sense for that? Let's see. So Yolder, reduce damage taken. All right, increase abilities healing effect on target below. No, we don't want the healing. I want damage. I want damage. All right, increase maximum shield. We don't really do shield. Increase the potency of healing. No. Increase maximum health. No. You don't have a Stella. Laughing, what kind of content creator are you? Dude, I know. I don't. I literally just hard passed her. And I don't really regret it. Everyone else has her, so I very rarely need rapid fire. And if I do need a rapid fire, I have Ningfei max out. So like, meh, Estella. All right. This one will increase the duration of buffs applied by your abilities. It's by your abilities that's throwing me off. Otherwise, I thought this maybe could work. All right. So then we also increase the duration of debuffs inflicted by your abilities. All right. Increase this. No. Using a signature ability. Nope. All right. We already talked about Wolf. Increases solar damage. Ikora. Increase. Nope. Increase. Nope. Estella. Increase solar damage by while standing still, including shooting and using abilities in place. But see, even this one, like even Estella, like you're never going to be standing still with him. Like you're going to want to always be moving with all his movement speed and stuff. So yeah, I feel like you're probably going to want to use Wolf is a must. You're going to want to use Wolf and I don't know. I guess this one. I guess Yolder's. So reduce damage taken by X amount when health is below 50%. Or you could just do her and get increased maximum health by 20%. Yeah, so you get a little bit more tanky out of him. There's not really another good one though. Like nothing else calls out to me. Again, Atal, I hesitate because like increasing the duration of buffs applied by your abilities. You do, well, no, this could work. Atal could work because your signature 2, the dash, is giving you movement speed and damage reduction. And that's an ability and it's a buff. So actually, yeah, holy shit. So Atal is actually going to be kind of goated because then you're going to get an extended up to 20%. Oh, wait, you heard Hellhast is pretty good? Wait, yeah, what's Hellhast's? I didn't look at Hellhast. Later. Light link. Boop. Damn it. Every 3 consecutive precision hits trigger support bonus, enhances all allied damage boost provided by abilities. I mean, yeah, no, well, none of his abilities are providing an ally boost to damage. So I don't even know if we would feel that. I'm trying to think. I mean, we just went over them all. Like maybe, unless you, I don't know though, yeah, I was gonna say like possibly we would need to test that. I have less confidence in this one than I would Atal because we know for sure that his signature ability 2 does give him a buff, and that would extend the duration of both the movement speed and the damage reduction. Whereas this one, in theory, could increase your overall damage, which would be incrementally better. But it's the boost provided by. All right, so you get enhances ally damage boost provided by abilities, but you're not getting a damage boost. You're getting speed and damage. We'll have to test it. Yeah, we'll test that one. All right, so far, I think that Wolf is a must. I think Atal could be a really good choice. And then possibly Hellhest. Not bad, though. All right, moving on. So those are the light links, which I think makes the most sense. Now let's go to his talent tree abilities. Let's go top left, so I'm out of the way. My man, Misery. That I know. What's good, bro? Dude, what's that emblem? I like that. Marathon Reveal Runner. Hell yeah, dude. Love it. What's good, bro? For those of you curious, That Unknown is who gave us the permission to react to this content. And That Unknown, I didn't DM you about it, but I'm not covering any of the actual gameplay. I wanted to make it different and unique enough, so I'm only reading things. I'm not even playing your voice. I'm truly just looking at like stills of the video that covers like the signature abilities and all that, and then the talent trees. That way I can still direct people to your video for the details and of course the gameplay, because that was 100% you. So got you, bro. And of course I'll still put the link in my description for the video. But yeah, so this is the first one for T1 is Dead Set, Blazing Shots, Light Infused. Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate that too, bud. But I like to make sure, Sirius, thank you for the follow, brother. My man, he'd been hanging out with us this whole time and just now decided to follow. He was like, you know what? This man's family. But no, appreciate you. And That Unknown, I love you too, bro. All right, so Blazing Shot, Dead Set. So Dead Set, Blazing Shots, Light Infused bullets deal greater damage with when fewer targets are marked, gaining up to 30% additional bonus. So functionally, John from YouTube, hell yeah. Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, gotta get those drops in, man. So you're gonna get a 30% increase whenever you're not hitting multiple people, which feels pretty good. One Winged Angel, what's good, bro? What's good? Good to see you, man. All right, so that is his first T1. Now T2 is gonna be Against the Odds. So after throwing Emergency Evasions, Shock Grenade. So again, this is the Emergency Evasion that gives you the speed bonus, and Angel, my guy, everyone here. The whole crew is here. Yerp! Appreciate y'all hanging out. All right, so again, the Emergency Evasion is going to be the one where you get that damage reduction as well as your speed bonus. And then if you use Atal as your linked ability, linked ally, you can actually get a bonus for both those like we just talked about. So that's impacting that ability here. So after throwing it, any damage Jaren deals for the next 3 seconds will restore his total health equal to 60% of the base damage dealt, without the ability for overflow healing, which is fine. He doesn't need overflow healing. This is good. This is fine. We're good there. All right, so that's his second one. I'm gonna be honest, not incredibly game changing, but it does add a little bit of survivability to him, which with his damage reduction, I don't even know if we care too much about his healing, but it's nice to have, not a must to have. All right, let's go on to the third slot. Oh, that was 4. I missed the third one. There we go. All right, so Better Grudge, increase High Noon duels damage by additional 20%. So that's his ultimate or super. His super is going to be just doing a flat 20% more damage with tier 3. That feels like a pretty decent like tier option for us. Moving on to tier 4, Light's Eruption. Welling Light's additional damage ratio is further increased by 30%. Okay, so that's the one that also helps you get when you get multiple precision shots in a row. So that makes sense. So now we're just getting additional 30% damage there with that buff. So really, it's all about maintaining your buffs as much as possible and getting that instant reload with the dash. I'm telling you, I'm saying Atal is going to be outside of Wolf is going to be the go-to light linked because of that buff to his durations, or increased duration buff that she gives you. All right, moving on to number 5. There we go. The duration of blind inflicted by emergency evasion is increased by an additional 1 second. That doesn't do anything for me. That doesn't tickle my fancy too hard. Last but not least is number 6. So High Noon. When Jaren enters the stag protection state, Blazing Shot will temporarily gain 1 additional charge, and it will be fully recharged. Interesting. Additionally, while he's in the stag protection state, using the enhanced Blazing Shot to inflict dual mark increases the target's damage taken from Jaren by 8% plus 2% times number of dual marks stacked. Stacks 6 times and lasts 8 seconds. Yeah, dude, the multiplicative damage you can get from him is quite literally crazy. I know I said it earlier, like he's going to be a must-have. Like there's no chance anybody would be like, you know what? I don't really think I need Jaren Ward, because you do. You're just wrong. You just factually do. All right, so we talked about his abilities, talked about his lightning companions, talked about his talents, talent tree, and yeah, dude, he's crazy. I want to make sure there's nothing else that I wanted to cover. Yeah, so we get the core idea of his kit here. Like I said, he's a must draw. Comes out on Thursday. Now, again, huge shout out to That Unknown for allowing us to watch the video. I'm going to put a full link to his video in the description because, again, he goes through actual gameplay and talks a little bit more in depth about different parts of him and his toolkit. Obviously, he was able to play early, so he wanted to give him the flowers that he is owed. But, again, shout out to him for allowing us to watch it. And, dude, Jaren Ward is literally going to be, like, game-breaking for this game. I can't wait.